People decide how to treat you faster than you think, not because they're shallow, but because the brain is efficient. In the first few seconds, people can scan for signals. Are you safe? Are you confident? Are you respectful? Are you competent? Do you belong here? And what most people don't realize is that your clothes are only one small part of it. The bigger part is what you are broadcasting through your nervous system. Welcome back to Style with Julia Seigens. If you're new here, my work is not fashion tips. It's presence, character, and influence, expressed through appearance, behavior, and calm authority. If you want to work with me privately or explore my book Style to Influence How Your Presence Determines Your Success, you'll find everything in the description. Now let's talk about the 5 seconds first impression. They say 7, but it's 5. And how to take control of it without becoming fake, loud, or performative. Here's the truth. You do not get judged on your potential. I know it's sad, but you get judged on your presentation. And your presentation is not just what you wear, it's the total experience of you. Your energy, your facial expression, your pace, your voice, your eye contact, your manners, the way you handle small moments. People call it vibe, but it's really signals. So, I want to give you a framework I use with clients who walk into high pressure rooms, boardrooms, events, luxury environments, high status circles, and situations where the stakes feel high. The goal is to enter with self respect because when you respect yourself, you stop begging the room for approval. Let's start with the first signal people read: your speed. Your pace is your status. When someone rushes, speaks too quickly, moves too quickly, fidgets, over explains, it creates a feeling of instability. Even if the person is intelligent, even if the person is kind, even if the person is capable, the room reads something is off. And usually, what is off is anxiety. So, if you want one immediate upgrade that costs nothing, slow down by 10%, not 50%, 10%. It's very simple. When you walk into a room, don't scan frantically for where to put your bag, where to sit, who to talk to first. Walk in with a calm rhythm. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw relax. And take one breath before you speak. It's like you're owning the room for yourself first. This alone changes how people perceive you because it changes how you perceive yourself. Calm is not weakness, calm is command. That's how I walk into a room. I don't look around, and I go to a lot of business events. I just walk in, I take my time, I focus on my energy, and the room comes to me. Second signal, your face. People underestimate how much facial expression sabotages them. If you walk in looking tense, guarded, suspicious, or overly eager, people will mirror that back to you. And if you walk in with softness and composure, people will feel safe around you. Safe is magnetic. It is very difficult to respect someone you don't feel safe with. So here's what I teach. The soft eyes principle. Not blank eyes, not wide eyes, not like eyes that should look like you're hunting for approval. They should look like you're present. There's a difference between looking at people and seeing them. When you see people, you become memorable because people will feel it. You think they don't? You think people don't feel what is going on inside of you? They may not understand, they may not know what's going inside of you, but they actually feel it on a deeper level. And most people are too busy performing. So the third signal, your hands. Your hands reveal your inner world. Fidgeting, touching your face, playing with jewelry, your watch, clutching your phone, hiding your hands. All of these signals can make you look uncertain, even if you're not. And again, I'm not criticizing. I'm telling you what works. If you want to look composed, keep your hands clean and intentional. When you're standing, let your arms rest naturally. When you're speaking, use slower gestures, fewer gestures, gestures that land. Here's a powerful detail. In high status environments, people do less. They move less. They don't fill every silence. They don't decorate every sentence. They don't oversell themselves, not at all. Their body says, I know who I am. You can practice this. Choose one thing to reduce: less fidgeting, less rushing, less explaining, ladies, especially ladies. I mean, gentlemen, they do that too, but ladies, less explaining. Fourth signal, your voice. Your voice is your presence in sound form. When someone speaks in a rushed, apologetic, high pitched voice, the room reads uncertainty. And when someone speaks with a grounded tone, slower pace, and clean sentences, the room reads competence. It's not about sounding posh, it's about sounding regulated. Have you ever heard of someone who, hi, I'm this, and would you like this? It's all, or too fast. I mean, I'm sure all of you have experienced that. And immediately you have a feeling you don't trust them. I know it sounds weird, it sounds unfair, but unfortunately, when stakes are high and you are in a room that is important to you, you got to do what it takes. So here's a simple exercise. Finish your sentence. Many people fade out at the end of their sentence because they're afraid of taking space. They trail off. They give their power away at the finish line. Practice ending your sentences with certainty, even if your content is simple. Hi, I'm Yulia. It's lovely to meet you. Full stop. Not, hi, I'm Yulia. It's like, lovely to meet you, Remove the filler. Not because filler is evil, but because filler is usually a symptom of nervousness. And let me say something important. You can be kind and still be clear. I believe in kindness, absolutely. You can be warm and still firm. Elegance is not being small, elegance is being controlled. Fifth signal, your manners. This is where the inside work becomes visible. Manners are not about rigid rules. Manners are how you treat people when you don't need anything from them. When you have good manners, you communicate character, and character is the most underrated form of influence. So, what does that look like in the first 5 seconds? It's eye contact, it's a greeting, it's acknowledging the person in front of you. It's not looking through people, It's not acting like you're above anyone, and it's not like acting you're beneath anyone either. It's the calm equality of a person who respects themselves and respects others. I remember back in the acting school, or even, I don't know, I remember I was taught one of the things, when you have to look at people and they would advise you to don't look in their eyes, just look in the middle, like this section. Yeah, I don't believe in that. Mm-mm. Because you don't make any contact with anyone like that, to be honest. You are using tricks. And tricks may work sometimes, but at the end of the day, they don't achieve the real result. So it's not about tricks, it's about authenticity. Okay. So now let's put these 5 signals together into something you can actually use. I call it the arrival protocol. You can do it anywhere. You can do it when you walk into a meeting, a cafe, an interview, a classroom, a family gathering, or a new city. You arrive with pace, slow by 10%. You arrive with face, soft eyes, relax your jaw. You arrive with hands, clean and intentional. You arrive with voice, grounded, complete sentences. Finish it. You arrive with manners, acknowledgement, respect, calm warmth. This is present. And notice something. None of this requires you to be extroverted. None of this requires you to be loud. Presence is not performance. Presence is inner order. Now, I want to address a mistake I see constantly, and this is where a lot of people get stuck. They think the solution is to buy a new outfit, or to copy someone else's aesthetic, or to learn a list of what to wear. But if your nervous system is chaotic, your outfit becomes a costume, and people can feel that. They may not consciously think she's wearing a costume, but they will sense misalignment. I mean, I've seen people, women, dressed so well, perfect outfit, but their inner lack of confidence, chaos, fidgeting, it showed through. And that whole outfit, probably very expensive, very chic, didn't do anything. This is why I teach style as integrity. Your outer world should match your inner world. And if your inner world is at peace, or if it's not stable, if it's not at peace, it's not shameful. That is simply your starting point. The goal is to build stability. Here is a mindset that changes everything. Stop asking, do they like me? Start asking, am I proud of who I am, how I show up? Because if you are proud of your behavior, your manners, your self control, your preparation, your values will walk into the rooms differently. You'll be less needy, you'll be less reactive, and you will become more influential. Let's take a real example. Imagine you enter a room and you feel unaddressed. Most people panic, they overcompensate, they talk too much, they laugh too loudly, they try to earn their place. But the elegant response is different. The elegant response is composure. You simply adjust what you can and you keep your self respect. You do not punish yourself. Or imagine you walk into a room and someone ignores you. Again, most people collapse internally or they become aggressive. But presence means you don't let one person set your state. You continue to greet people calmly. You continue to carry yourself well. You remain kind, not because you're weak, because you're disciplined. Discipline is one of the most attractive traits in the world. And it's not just discipline in work, it's discipline in motion or in your emotion. Discipline is behavior. Discipline is how you treat others. This is why character is so powerful. It keeps you consistent even when the room is inconsistent. Never follow the trend. Be you. Now, I want to give you one practical thing you can do today to upgrade your first impression instantly. Before you enter any room, ask yourself one question. What am I bringing? Not what are you wearing? What are you bringing? Are you bringing calm? Are you bringing respect? Are you bringing focus? Are you bringing warmth? Are you bringing clarity? Choose one, then embody it. For example, if you choose calm, you slow your pace, you soften your face, you speak more slowly, you listen more. If you choose respect, you acknowledge people, you don't interrupt, you say thank you hold the door, you don't treat anyone like they're invisible. If you choose clarity, you keep your sentences clean, you don't over explain, you ask direct questions. This is how you train presence, not by trying to look confident, but by becoming consistent in what you bring. And of course, at the end of the day, eventually you can bring all those aspects of yourself into the room. It's a matter of mastering it, mastering yourself. And yes, style supports this, of course. Grooming supports this, clothing supports this. But they are amplifiers, not foundations. The foundation is your inner world. When your inner world is calmer, your style becomes effortless. When your inner world is chaotic, your style becomes effortful. That is why my message is fairly simple. Elegance is not a look, it's a standard. And standards are internal before they become external. So here's your small challenge for this week. The next time you walk into any room, practice the arrival protocol. Slow by 10%, soft eyes, intentional hands, grounded voice, respectful greeting. Then observe what changes. People will treat you differently, but more importantly, you will treat yourself differently. If you want, comment the word present, presence, and tell me which one of the 5 signals you struggle with most: pace, face, hands, voice, or manners. I read the comments and I'll reply with one adjustment that will make the biggest difference for you. And if you want to go deeper, you can work with me privately through my website or explore my book, Style to Influence: How Your Presence Determines Your Success. Everything is in the description. I'll see you in the next video.